Good evening, fine people, and welcome to our 8th virtual recital. Today you can expect a wide range of music from an eclectic collection of games played by some seriously fine musicians. I am so ready to hear some tunes centered around the theme of trees. I'm just shaking like a leaf. And now I would like to hand the microphone off to Sam, who will be emceeing our show tonight. Enjoy!
Well, welcome everyone. Opening us up tonight, Cindy brings us the main theme from Gareth Coker's score to the 2015 game Ori and the Blind Forest. The piece embodies the sorrow of watching something beloved fall into rot and decay as the forest crumbles around Ori through the game. And yet, in its lush orchestral textures, it reminds the player of the depth and majesty of the forest that yet remains, as well as its past splendor and beauty. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, that was awesome. The cinematography, oh my gosh!
Oh, Cindy, you're muted.
No, wait, Cindy, yeah, muted.
The constant, pizzicato accompaniment was awesome. It was
Oh,
really well done.
Oh, okay. Cindy says thank you, guys. All caps.
Cool. Okay. Well, without further ado, let us move on to our second piece in the program for tonight. Our second piece is going to be presented by Nina. Would you like to introduce it?
Sure. So I will just read the thing that I wrote in the program, because why not? So Stardew Valley is a game that evokes calming cottagecore vibes in its farming-based gameplay. Developed and composed in 2016 by lone creator Eric Barone, also known as ConcernedApe, Stardew Valley also features seasonal activities in its simulation of a quiet country town. The Stardew Valley Fair takes place in the middle of autumn, during peak fall foliage, and has all the essentials you'd expect at a real-life country fair. Carnival games, produce granges, and more celebrate your virtual autumn harvest. It's the perfect thing to top off your fall experience. So, without further ado, this is the theme from the Stardew Valley Fair. By me.
love that. That was so good. That was everything I wanted it to be.
Cottagecore vibes.
Yes. So much cottagecore vibes.
Nina, I love that you play so many instruments.
Play is a loose term. I just have a bad habit of collecting inexpensive instruments. And I bought Asuka just for this. I keep accumulating more.
I really liked how, because it's kind of like a town fair kind of thing, right? You kept introducing one instrument at a time, and it was like running into a new person at the town fair over and over again.
Ooh,
That's cute.
that's a nice way to interpret it.
Yeah, the spread of instruments was like the perfect ensemble for this like frontier country kind of vibe. It was like the perfect, like every little piece of like timbre of each instrument really fit into the theme perfectly.
Oh, thank you. That's a huge compliment.
I really like those panpipes, the harmonies on them. That sounded awesome. It was almost like a calliope or something.
Ooh.
I haven't heard a calliope in years. The last time I heard one, I was on a steamboat.
Wow.
What? Quote Sam Newsom.
Well, all right. So I guess we can move on to our third piece of the night. Our third piece comes from 2017's Octopath Traveler, and specifically is Yasunori Nishiki's score for Swarky, Hanet the Hunter's forest hometown. The piece beautifully captures the melancholy sense of homesickness that Hanet must feel as she leaves her hometown on a quest to unpetrify her mentor, as well as the rustic dignity of the place with sparse instrumentation and empty space in the arrangement that gives space for the sounds of nature. So let's listen as Chris and Liz present variations on My Quiet Forest Home.
So I want to give another shout out to Liz. If you notice in the program, it's called Variations. There were actually 2 more variations, but kind of ran out of time to do one of them, and one of them was just kind of boring. But my violin playing was not up to par for another variation, so that was kind of last second. But I recorded it by candlelight in my attic, so I was going to match Liz's level of spookiness.
Nice.
I really wanted to see that, but
Yeah,
Can we
I'll post a screenshot. Yeah. I have the video still, so I'll line that up. But yeah, definitely. Shout out to Liz for dealing with my mishaps over the last week. So
shout out to you for doing a lo-fi remix. That was like the best idea ever. It came out so good.
So yeah, I actually did that like manually. So I played like the highest definition like lossless file over my speakers, and then I recorded it with my microphone. I did that like
no way.
I did that like 3 times to make it lo-fi. So you'll notice a lot of like the highs were kind of like muted.
Amazing.
But it was really hard because every time I did that, a train would come by, or my dog would like shift around, or my cat would meow, or my cat would be purring or something. So yeah, it was fun though. Yeah,
That was sweet.
That was a really great duet arrangement of that piece too. Like it would function like just great as just a solo duet live. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I mean, the piece. I mean, I don't think we really changed anything, except I had actually less reverb than the original song.
Okay.
It's just like a wonderfully composed song. So
yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, I want to do that for the theme.
It was really fun to play. It's not that hard, but you can really be expressive with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I unfortunately couldn't really do on a violin. So.
Violin's hard.
In the future, Chris.
In the future.
Yeah, next time.
Well done, guys.
Cool. Well, our 4th piece of the night comes from Mario Kart Wii. So in the course Maple Treeway, the racers careen through an autumnal wonderland, replete with tree-lined slopes, beautiful fall foliage, and the occasional cannon. So let's listen to Mary and Mike Gaudioso's rendition of this fun tune by Asuka Hayazaki.
That was amazing. I loved that.
That was super fun.
Holy
So-
shapers.
It was funny because I got the email for the recital and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to do Maple Treeway because that's the only autumn song I know. And Mike came from work and I was like, hey Mike, there's like a forest theme, autumn theme for the recital. Can you think of any songs? And he said, the only thing I can think of is Maple Treeway from Mario Kart. And I was like, well, that's it then. It's the only thing we could think of. So we really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
You two were clearly made for each other.
And thank you for all the positive Leaf comments. The Leaf carried a lot of the rhythm there.
I figured the leaf must have just filled you with the spirit of autumn, right? Just
for all of it. Watching.
And just for the record, I was winning most of the race, and then Mike won the race. It was a bummer.
Oh.
But we live and let live here in this household.
Well, maybe you'll get him next time. Okay, cool. Well, our next piece in our program today is coming to us from Nick. Nick, would you like to introduce it?
Sure. So, in one of our VGLPs, which is like a listening party that we do, where a bunch of us get together and just listen to our own sort of submitted pieces from whatever video game we want, I had submitted this piece, which is the cassette #1 from the game called The Forest, which I figured if we were doing a forest theme, a game called The Forest would probably be like the best option. So, and I'd always wanted to make a cover of this song because I really like it, but was unable to because I can't play guitar and there's a pretty predominant guitar part in it. So I asked Sam to provide his guitar expertise on this one. So this is a sort of collaboration between us. And without any further ado, let's check it out.
I am not going to be able to stop laughing. I love this song so much. I'm so glad I'm going to be muted because I'm already laughing. Let's do this.
That was great. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh, and the ending, I love that too.
That ending.
Did not expect the ending.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, what is going on here?
Thank you, and thank you to Sam for playing guitar on that. It turned out great. The guitar part of it.
Sure thing. Yeah,
I love that it kept a real true 80s like fade out too.
Yeah, exactly.
For the other guitarists here, those are like single finger bends on that low C, and I was like, ugh. I got like a new callus just from like playing that.
He had to retune like every single take.
Okay, cool. Well, so our next piece, for our next piece. From the Phantom Forest departs the Phantom Train to take the souls of the deceased in 1994's Final Fantasy VI, and Sir Cyan, Samurai Knight of Doma, must watch in agony as his wife and only child board the train for an unknown destination, whither he cannot follow. In 1996's first-generation Pokémon games, the player has just barely begun their adventure when they're already tormented by a labyrinthine, dark forest full of mystery and new threats. In Viridian Forest. These two places are represented musically in themes by Nobuo Uematsu and Junichi Masuda, and Ben has medleyed them together for us tonight with his piece, Phantom Types in Your Forest. Ben, that was awesome.
I
Groovy.
expected nothing
Thank you.
less.
I feel like your arrangement did an awesome job of like changing tone subtly but like smoothly throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I found writing in like trying to get really groovy drums in 3/4. So I ended up actually finding some patterns in 6/8 that kind of worked better, and it
Sweet.
kind of saved a little bit of the arrangement. And then somehow I ended up in a swing. So I don't know. My brain's weird.
Well, we're happy that your weirdness is part of the group, Ben.
Me too.
Okay, so our next piece on the itinerary here comes from the 1998 JRPG Legend of Legaia, where the player's main task is a sort of ecological restoration, going about restoring life to the Genesis trees, which in turn drive away the corrupting mist. Originally composed by Michiru Oshima for organ and choir, this piece, Awakening of the Genesis Tree, is presented by myself and Liz, arranged for cello and guitar.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
I love the
Gorgeous.
harmonic.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool little piece I had never heard of.
It's always stuck out to me that it's this like gigantic arrangement originally. Like I mentioned for organ and choir, it's just huge, and so it was fun to kind of decompose it.
Yeah,
Compose.
it really worked, I think.
Okay, cool. So our final piece of the night is called Viridian Forest 1 to 2. So in 1996, at the Japanese release of the first Pokemon games, Viridian Forest was a mysterious place filled with creepy crawly bug Pokemon and the elusive Pikachu. But by 1999, when players returned to Viridian Forest after sojourning in the Johto region, they found it settled and pleasant. And the contrast between Junichi Masuda's score for the original and Go Ichinose's score for the same place across 2 generations of games illustrates the changing feel of a single place over time. So performing a medley of these 2 themes are myself, Mary, Stephen, and Paul. Please enjoy.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
It's like we were all in the woods.
He's so happy.
I loved that arrangement. That was great.
Thank you. On behalf of the group, I hope we passed the audition.
Nice Beatles reference.
All right. Well, that is what I call an amazing performance. Thank you to all of our participants tonight for putting on a great show. Special thanks to Sam and Nina for their continual help with the program notes, and emceeing. And thank you to the audience for coming out to show your support. Did you know that you can join our live audience by contributing as little as $2 a month to join our Patreon? You can access that at www.patreon.com/NorwalkGSO. That gives you access to our Discord server, which is filled with lots of great people you can talk to. Come join the conversation. Shouts out to all of our current patrons. You can also find us on Facebook as Norwalk Gamer Symphony Orchestra and on Instagram at NorwalkGSO. We also have our very own website, www.norwalkgso.org. That's a great way to learn more about who we are, our future events, and how to join us. Last but not least, be sure to check us out on YouTube as the Norwalk Gamer Symphony Orchestra. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe and to smash that like button in the face. Well, that's all I've got for you for right now. Again, I cannot thank everyone enough for making this recital a huge success. If you don't mind, it's about time I made like a tree and leafed. Get home safe, everyone. Good night! Sorry, I'm just having a minor technical difficulty. I'll be right with you. Super minor. Not a big deal. Not major. Minor.
Cut this part.
Yeah, we'll cut it.
Yeah. Nick, can you edit this for upload later? Thank you.
Yeah.
Put a cool transition here.
Okay. Star wipe.
You beat me to it. I was going to say Star Wars.
You guys are like two peas in a pod, I swear.
Please
All right.
actually put a star wipe in. I'm not
Okay.
joking.
You better.